Cuban food is one of my favorite cuisines. It's just packed full of incredible flavors. On a recent trip to Florida, I was so happy that I got a chance to go to Little Havana. They just had endless restaurants and cafes there that were just magnificent. If you have a chance, you gotta go. Today I'm going to make a classic Cuban dish called picadillo. It's that famous dish that's got ground beef and olives and raisins and tomato sauce and all kinds of other great flavors. It's usually served with white rice and also with sauteed plantains, which I'm going to make today too. Please enjoy the video, and I hope you get to make this really soon. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel yet, please do. I would love it.
Start by dicing 1 large onion. Then you're going to mince about 3 garlic cloves. Then you're going to want to grab a large pepper, a green pepper, and dice that into about a 1/2-inch piece. I love to quarter my peppers. That way I can get to the inside of them and I can clean them up. You can also use an Italian pepper for this, those Cuban peppers that are green. I love them, but they didn't have them at my store today, but this works out great. You'll want to add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil to a large sauté pan. Now I'm going to add my diced onions and my diced peppers with a little bit of kosher or sea salt. That really helps the flavors. I have a couple of pretty ripe plantains. If they're not ripe enough, they're a little bit difficult to work with. They can even be black, and that's even better. That means they're much softer. So I'm just taking the ends off, scoring the plantain and peeling it, and then I'm going to cut it at an angle before I saute it. While I'm prepping my plantains, I'm going to stir my mixture of onions and peppers, and then I'm going to add some garlic when I see that they're getting a little bit soft. You don't want to add your garlic too early or it'll burn. Slice your plantains into about a 1-inch angle. Here's our olives now. They're stuffed with pimentos, and that is really great. So I'm measuring out about a good cup, and then I'm going to roughly chop them, or you can just slice them. And definitely keep the pimentos in them. That's going to add to your flavor in your picadillo. Now that my onions and peppers are really soft and golden, I'm going to add my ground beef. It's usually about 1 pound, but I bought a package that was a little bit more, and that's okay. Now break up your ground beef and cook it until it's really crumbly and light golden brown. I have this great meat chopper that I bought on Amazon. It cost about $6, and it's just wonderful. It really gets the meat broken down easily. Once the meat has lost the pink color, you're ready to start adding your other ingredients like your tomato sauce, and you're going to add your raisins and your olives. These sweet and savory flavors are what makes your picadillo fabulous. You really get a little bit of a yin and yang from them. Now add about 1 tablespoon of your capers. You don't need the juices and you don't need to rinse them. Stir all your ingredients really well, and now it's time to add some white vinegar, just plain white vinegar, and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of that to the dish. The vinegar is really going to liven up the flavor. It's going to give it that real piquant flavor, and you really need that in this dish. Now add about 1 teaspoon of black pepper, or maybe 7 or 8 grinds, and also 1 teaspoon of kosher or sea salt. Mix everything really well, put a lid on so it doesn't dry out, and put it on low heat for about 15 minutes. Now I'm getting my pan ready for my plantains. I'm going to just use a canola oil, and I'm going to probably put about a 1/2 inch of canola oil at the bottom of the pan. You're going to cook your plantains at about a medium-high heat. You really need to brown them well. And then if you have to turn the heat down a little later, it's okay. Make sure you separate all of your plantains out so they each have a chance to brown in the pan. I'm flipping them over when I see a really nice light golden brown, or it could be a medium golden brown too. Now that they're golden brown on both sides, I'm squishing them with a large spoon. You want to flatten them out. Let your plantains simmer for about 3 or 4 more minutes on a low heat. Now it's time to plate and eat our beautiful picadillo along with our sautéed plantains.
So it's time to serve our picadillo with our sautéed plantains. This smells awesome. Usually you just pile it on. I don't have rice right now, but that's okay. I could eat this without rice, it's so good. And now let's add our fried plantains to this to finish it off. These came out so soft. They're just right. Golden brown on both sides. A few of mine got a little bit singed, but I won't mind eating them. Let's get a few on the other side. And now it's time to taste. So here I go digging in. I can't wait to try this. I haven't made this in a little while. This never fails to please the palate. You've got like that wonderful olivey taste and the sweetness of the raisins, and you really don't need a lot more. The capers come through too. So let's go for one of the fried plantains. These were just ripe enough too, just soft enough so that you could peel them, saute them, and squish them. Really wonderful. Thanks again for joining me with my cooking around the world. I love all cuisines, and this one is up there with them. I hope you really get to make this soon. Please find the ingredients in the description box below. And please visit Diane's World Cooking on Facebook. In my next video is going to be making an authentic Cuban key lime pie. It's the real deal. It's the one that was really invented. You're going to see the difference. That video is going to come out in a few more days, so stay tuned.